Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about the PSVR2 adapter, which is kind of the biggest thing at the moment for the PlayStation VR2 and obviously being able to connect it to your PC. In this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the issues you may encounter and ways that I have seemed to have remedied them or, just ways that have kind of squashed some issues that I've had. They've not been too big for me, but I also know there have been some people out there that have had some huge issues and have basically wrote the device off completely, which I don't think really needs to be done just yet. I think there's a lot of things you can do, but I am going to go over some of the things I have obviously had the issues with. So let's quickly crack open this box and I will show you what's inside. So obviously the box is pretty plain and on the outside with nothing really to blow you away. It's pretty standard PlayStation box. On the inside you get an instruction manual, a power cable and the adapter. So bear in mind, you will require a 1.4 cable if you don't already have one. And when I say 1.4 cable, I mean a 1.4 DisplayPort cable because you need that to connect to the back of your GPU and go into the actual adapter itself. As well as that, if you don't have inbuilt Bluetooth, you will require a Bluetooth adapter. And there is a few that are already out there that PlayStation have recommended. However, they do guarantee that these may not work. So obviously with that in mind, you will pick one of these up and you may have some issues. So I'm going to quickly touch on that first because I think this is the first hurdle you're going to hit. And it's the first hurdle a lot of people are hitting. So let's quickly go over the Bluetooth side of stuff first and we'll get that straight out of the way because yes, it can be a bit finicky, but it's not the end of the day for the PSVR2 adapter. There's ways around it. So firstly, I have not required an adapter. I have inbuilt Bluetooth and I've not had, well, I say I've not had. Okay, the first play session I had, my right controller was a bit jittery. And then I turned the controllers off and turned them back on, reconnected them, and boom, it was fine. So I've not had no issues since then. I played it. I had my first play session and had no issues with it after that. But I know there's other people out there that have still had the issues. So let's say, for instance, you have inbuilt Bluetooth. If you have adapters on the back with other Bluetooth on them, they may cause a little bit of an issue. If that is the case, you may want to kind of move them around on your PC to stop the interference. If you require an adapter and you are having issues with latency on your controllers or tracking issues, all you need to do here is buy yourself a Bluetooth extender. And what I mean by that is one of the extension cables that will kind of pull the Bluetooth away from the PC itself. You can have it going along the floor, you can have it stuck to the wall, wherever you want to put it. But what I'm trying to get at is you kind of need to move the Bluetooth away from the PC because that is what's causing your interference. Another main thing you really need to do, and I think it's some people that are getting the adapter are forgetting, update the drivers. A lot of these come straight out of the box. Okay, you put them in there, the driver will need an update. They've already done patches and put out more driver updates. So make sure you go to the website where you've purchased this thing from and get it updated. That will probably remedy a lot of the issues you're going to have. Once you've done that, you're going to want to obviously, I mean, while you're doing this, you're probably already on the PlayStation VR app. The setup process, I'm not going to go through the setup process on the screen just simply because it's not really necessary, just simply because many people that have done this will be either PlayStation 5 users that have used the PSVR2 there. And when I say the setup menu is pretty identical to that, it will get you to connect your controllers, which is the only different thing. And then it will get you to scan your room like you were doing it on the PlayStation. So, with that in mind, it's a very simple process to do. So, just crack on with that. And then once you've done that, your PSVR2 will be connected to the actual PC itself, and then you can load up Steam VR and all the other stuff. You still will need to download Steam VR. So you need the PlayStation app, Steam VR, and obviously Steam itself, which you're going to have anyway if you're getting these apps. Also, in this video, I'm going to go over some games that I've been playing. I'm going to show you some gameplay of these games that I've been playing with the PSVR2. And then I'll give you some of my thoughts over the top of the actual gameplay to kind of, or even in the game. It's kind of one of them things where it's like, I've had a mixture of an experience. And it's not one that I'm saying it's the perfect experience, but I'm going to say this is probably the most accurate experience of what PC VR can be like. And then we'll kind of touch on lastly how the headset is, how it works, does it feel good? Is it a good PC VR headset? And is it something you should go out and buy for PC VR? So without further ado, let's crack on with some videos of the gameplay and you can all see that.
Damn, look at that!
This looks absolutely phenomenal in the PSVR2, I tell you. Like, seriously. The lighting on this. Oh, look at the lighting from the rain particles. What's this? Oh, is that a watch? Dodge wear it. Contain element of surprise. Okay, can I hide behind my back? Yeah, what up? Oh. Okay, if anyone wants, if you play this, you can get this through the workshop on Steam. And the developer is actually making a single release for the game. Look at that.
Yeah, you're nowhere near Fairview Junction. You're just outside the QZ.
And even though there's no haptic feedback in the sense controllers, with the strong vibration, if you put them on, it feels great. Like, it does feel amazing. Like, when you touch things, you feel that sense of them still. So, even though they said there's no haptic support in these, they feel great.
I got a dead zombie here.
Oh, look at that.
The Combine sealed up the QZ.
The squirted out. I've heard they've had trouble with this resin around here. There should be a
Let's give this a reload.
Replicator. Keep an eye out. We might be able to upgrade your firepower a bit.
So it shows you a little bit of the different lighting. But yeah, this looks pretty great.
Huh. I think I can reroute this with my multi-tool.
Yeah, it's quickly to do with this. Won't stick on the games too long, because otherwise you're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a very long video if we do that.
The Combine's not going to be here forever. You should be thinking about the future, Alyx.
Well, how about I call it the Alyx?
A little derivative of the Russell, but yeah, provisionally.
There we go.
The Alyx.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is a little bit of gameplay of Convergent. Convergence. This is an early access game. So I thought it would be quite interesting to show you some different types of games you might want to play on the PC VR. Now you've got the PSVR2, and as you can see, the tracking's perfectly fine with the hands. They're not moving around without me moving them. It feels perfectly fine, no issues whatsoever. It looks pretty good. I mean, like I said, it's an early access game, but it's one that I enjoy playing. So let's quickly just play a quick level, or show you what a level looks like. We'll just go straight into the easy one. We're not going to do nothing too serious. Got a magazine here. Is it full? I don't think it's full. No, there's only 2 bullets in that. There's no point using that one. Let's use one. Oh, shoot one of these ones. So we've got an enemy over there. We don't need the torch on, do we? One shot straight to the head. That was close. So I'm looking for the hunter's stash. Vodka. Vodka is his stash, I bet ya. But that's actually the mission item, isn't it? So let's quickly go over my thoughts, the overview of what I thought of the PSVR2 as a PC headset. And I'm going to start off by saying this is great. It works brilliantly. Obviously, some people have had that tracking issue. I've stood at the back over there where the sofa is, which is a good few steps away from my PC. And I've had no issues with the tracking whatsoever. It works perfectly for me. And that's with the built-in Bluetooth. I haven't extended the Bluetooth out. It's literally just there at the PC, which is against a wall, mind you. The actual adapter is pushed up against a wall. So it's literally working flawlessly. I've had no issues. So after you kind of jump that first hurdle, you should be fine. But this works great. The OLED panels, while playing games like Half-Life Alyx and just seeing that great quality this headset can have, it's brilliant. It really is. And I'm having a blast of it. I really am. There's like a bit of richer texture on some of the games that I've been playing that I've kind of either just missed and not noticed before. But one thing I will say is when you play PSVR2 on PC, you're going to kind of think to yourself, we need more of these great looking games. Because when you play PC VR games, even though some of them are quite old or some of them are quite new as well, they all seem to look really good, really kicking. So we need more of these PC VR titles coming over to the PSVR2 as well. But yeah, it looks great. It plays great. It's brilliant. And obviously, I think a lot of people always had that worry that, oh, you're not going to have the haptic support in the sense controllers. There's a fix for that. There is a fix. Let me just pop this down. The fix is not so much of a fix as it is just what to do. When you load up the PSVR2 app, you have a setting for your vibration. Whack that straight up to the strongest vibration you can have. It was actually on that by default, and I turned it down and eventually turned it back up. When playing games that have vibration support, literally it feels like the whole sense controller vibrates. If you shoot a gun, you're feeling that, and it feels great. Like in some regards, it's better, but then you don't have the haptic triggers, which I'm going to be honest, yeah, I missed. Especially seeing as I love my VR shooters, I definitely did miss not having the haptic triggers. But nonetheless, it still works great. It plays great. It looks great. The quality of the games look brilliant. I'm having a great time using the PSVR2 on the PC. I have run into some issues, and I have also noticed some things which I'm going to touch on now. Obviously, the issue, like I mentioned earlier, I had one tracking issue. Not a big deal. It's been fine since then. Standing at the back playing there, playing it next to the PC. Wherever I play it in this room, I've not had any tracking issues, and I'm happy to report that. What I have had some issues with is when loading up certain games, not all, but a few. For some reason the PSVR app really kicks my fans into overdrive to the point where it's like I don't know why, because when using the Quest it doesn't do that, and the only difference here is the apps. I'm still playing the games on highest quality and things like that, and for some reason, just every now and then it kicks it into overdrive and it has a little bit of a stutter. But it's the thing, I've never had that before, never. So not too sure what's going on there. I think the app could do with some more optimization. I think it might use quite a bit of RAM. So hopefully your PC is quite heavy RAM, so you can, you know, not have to worry about that too much. So that was one of the issues I did notice. It's not a big issue because it happens every now and then, but not all the time, and depending heavily what games you play. But yeah, it's a great experience. I'm glad they've done this. I'm glad they've done this adapter. I mean, in some regards, I would have wished they did it a little bit better in some senses. Um, but do I recommend you use PSVR2 as a PC headset? And I think that's the big question everyone's got, isn't it? Should I use this PSVR2? Yeah, why not? Why not? If it's the only headset you've got, you're going to have a great time with it. I mean, by all means, there is other PC headsets out there. You know, you've got the Index, you've got the Vive, you've got your DPVRs, you've got the Quest, you've got all these other ones to choose from. Um, but this gives you great quality. And if you picked this up on the sale recently, it's perfect. And obviously, I do think at some point there's going to be another sale like that. It's going to happen. So if you haven't picked it up yet, pick it up on a sale. If not, if it's the only headset and you really want to dive in, it's one you want, I think you're going to get enjoyment from it. So yeah, I mean, I recommend it. I do recommend it. Obviously, like I said, with a few caveats that I've had, but overall, I recommend it. Also, I did look at, because I know I saw a few questions of people asking different things regarding HDMI to DisplayPort. Um, I couldn't get that to work. The only reason is the only HDMI to DisplayPort thing I have, the HDMI goes into the screen, and the DisplayPort is meant to go into the source. So unfortunately for me, I couldn't get it to work unless there's another flip around cable where you can have it so the HDMI is also to source out the material. But I couldn't get that to work. So unfortunately, for any of them questions, I don't know. You might have to see if there's any other cables that can try it. And then obviously you've got to risk buying it and mess around with it. But maybe one day I'll pick up some other cables and test it all out. But overall, the experience has been pretty decent. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. It really does. Hit the like, leave a comment. Let's have a discussion about PC games. Let's talk some bits through. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy.